I've literally been playing RuneScape for almost 20 years at this point. I have played quite a bit on and off, but I have taken a rather substantial break this time around, and I'm just now getting back in after probably a couple years of a break. If you guys have seen the channel at all in the past couple of months, you'll know that I started a new RuneScape account within the past maybe year or so and was going to do a whole series on that account, but that kind of fell to the wayside and made way for other content on the channel. But today we're going to be jumping back in on an older account, an account that I've had for a little while, instead of the new account that I made the last time we started playing. So in all of the time that I've spent playing RuneScape before, I have gotten a couple of skills to the max level, and I've done a lot of quests, and I've done a lot of stuff, but my original main account from back in the day that I started when I was in the first grade is unfortunately permanently banned. It got hacked a long time ago, and it got banned, so that account is no longer available. But still, no matter what, anytime that I have played RuneScape, I have never, ever, once in my life gotten a quest cape. So today we're jumping back in on this account that I have, which is probably, I guess, maybe like 5 or 6 years old or so. But again, I haven't played on it in probably a couple years, and I just opened this back up like maybe 2 days ago. So as you can see, I've done 31 out of 170 quests. I got 58 quest points. This is what my skills look like currently. And we're basically going to be jumping in today and for the foreseeable future to go ahead and try to close up this quest log a little bit and see if we can't get ourselves any closer to actually finally achieving a quest cape after all of these years. So basically today I'm going to go ahead and see just how far we can make it in a couple of quests here. Now I have gotten on and done maybe, I don't know, 5 or so quests in the past like couple of days, but the goal right now is that we are going to finish as many quests as we possibly can in as quick of a time period as possible. Now today I'm going to be, and I guess for the foreseeable future, I'm going to be using 2 RuneLite plugins, and we're on old school RuneScape, of course. I'm going to be using 2 RuneLite plugins, one here called the Optimal Quest Guide, which basically gives you like the best possible order to do all of the quests so that you can, I guess, complete them in a way that leads nicely into one another. And then we'll also be using this very, very helpful Quest Helper RuneLite plugin as well, which basically gives you like sort of like an on-screen guide to complete the quest. Super helpful. So if you want to use those in order to speed up your questing process, go ahead and download those on RuneLite as well. The next quest on our optimal quest guide list is going to be Daddy's Home. So we are going to head over to talk to Marlowe in northeast Varrock here to go ahead and start that quest, and you guys can go ahead and follow along with the process. Alright, so we have found Marlowe, and one of my favorite things about this quest plugin is that it actually tells you like the correct chat buttons to push. So like if you need to select a certain option in chat to achieve a desired result, it'll tell you what you actually need to click in the chat, which makes that process a lot easier. And of course it gives you highlights, like you see up here in the mini map is giving me an arrow telling me where I have to go, and it'll like highlight the people and tell me who I have to talk to. So it's pretty good. It's super helpful. Definitely, if you're doing quests like I am, probably a good idea. So for this one, we're gonna go ahead and remove the broken items in this guy's house here. I'm going to take away the carpet, going to get rid of this broken stool, get rid of the table, taking out all the stuff, and I guess we're just going to rebuild all this guy's stuff for him after we get rid of all this broken stuff. Alrighty then, so we're going to go ahead and do whatever construction we need to do here in order to put all this stuff back together. So we're able to build pretty much everything in there, but it says that we need to go over to the sawmill, which is up here like northeast of Brock. And he gave us some different types of wood here, this like waxwood log. And we have to head over to the sawmill and have him make us a special kind of plank so that we can put together this bed. Alright, so now we should be able to put back together this bed, and then that is pretty much it for that quest. Nice and easy done the first one here. Interesting, we just finished this quest and it didn't give the like quest complete pop-up, which is weird, but we did finish that one, Daddy's Home, and then the next couple of quests we've actually already done. So the next quest on our list is going to be Doric's quest. Doric's quest looks like it's going to be a super easy one. It appears, according to this list here, that all we really need to do is just bring Doric the items that are on the list here, and then we're pretty much good. We can go mine all that stuff out of the mines, but honestly, I'm just gonna buy it from the GE, and then that's gonna make this quest really, really fast to complete. So back in the day when I played RuneScape a lot as a child, I never really found an interest in doing quests, and I basically only did the quests that I needed to do in order to, like, get by. I just did the absolute bare minimum quests so that I could, like, do Dragon Slayer to wear Rune Plate, or, you know, Monkey Madness so that I could use the Dragon Scimitar. Like, I only did the stuff that I absolutely had to do. Because of that, I've never been able to experience, like, the end game content of the game. So I'm really hoping, like, my plan here is to essentially gain access to, like, the stuff that happens at the end of this game, which again is something that I've never really been able to do. So I'm pretty excited to hopefully get to that point sooner rather than later. So also, if you've been following the channel for a while, especially recently, I've been posting a very large amount of Call of Duty content, and the Call of Duty content is not gonna stop. I'm still gonna keep posting Call of Duty stuff as much as possible, but there's only so much that you can do, and that sort of like niche of people is pretty saturated, I suppose. So what I'm really going to be doing here is playing a lot of RuneScape on the side, because RuneScape is actually really easy to play with kids. So if you haven't seen on the channel, I do have twins. My twins are newborns. They're like 5.5 weeks old right now, so they are pretty young, and we need to obviously divert a lot of attention to them. So I'm spending a lot of time with the kids, and therefore RuneScape is something that's super easy to do, like literally just on my phone while I'm sitting around upstairs feeding the kids and whatnot. And then when I get some time to come down and sit in the office, I can sit down and play like this. And a day where maybe I'm not feeling like playing zombies, or even doing some other stuff that I occasionally do on the channel, like Minecraft or anything like that. So Doric's quest, super easy, literally took us that 10 seconds. Next quest is the Witch's House, and it looks like this is going to be a pretty easy one as well. We'll head back to the Grand Exchange, make sure that we have all of the stuff that we need, and then we'll go ahead and head out to see if we can take care of the rest of this quest. I've gone ahead and thrown on some equipment here just in case I need it. It says there's a chance that I may have to fight some things. It doesn't look like they're particularly strong, but I brought some food and some armor and weapons in case I gotta fight anybody. One of the things is that since I haven't played this game in like kind of a long time, there's a lot of stuff that I don't know, like what's the, you know, like the meta right now. Like I don't know what is good, so there's definitely a lot of stuff that I still kind of have to figure out, I guess, but we'll figure it out as we go along. I'd rather not have to fight these. I hope I don't have to fight these. I think my combat level is like somewhere in the 80s right now, so not ideal to have to fight those, but this says only like level 19, 30, 42, and 53, so hopefully we can avoid that. Alright, so gotta stick some cheese in this little mouse hole here, and then use the magnet on the mouse. Okay, so it says I have to sneak around and not get spotted by the witch, which I assume means I need to stand like in these spots here and not be like caught by her in these gaps. And that she's kind of disappeared now, but I assume that she's gonna, yeah, there she is. She's coming back around. Let's avoid her. And we'll run up to this next spot here. And once she's passed, I'm just going to try to run over to the other side and avoid... Oh, no. No! Okay, so we failed. Okay, so we can't go through the middle. We have to go all the way around, which means we have to just avoid being spotted the entire time. Okay, so we made it all the way around to the other side. Now we got to search this fountain, and we find a secret compartment with a small key. So now we take the key. Oh, and we got to sneak back over now to get into that shed, it looks like. Okay, so she's passed. I'm just going to try to make it the whole way there. Okay, now it looks like we've got to attack some of these witches' experiments. So let's go ahead and take this first one out here. Nice and easy. The second form of the experiment, this one's at a level 30. Ooh, big one. This one's like a bear or something. He's level 42. And last but not least, level 53, a wolf. Let's see, let's take him out. This guy's got a little bit more health than the other ones. And there he goes. The wolf is down. And now we can grab the kid's ball here. And now we gotta head back out. It says make sure that the witch doesn't spot us, or we have to give the ball back and try again. So we'll be careful on our way out, and then we'll talk to this boy over here, and we'll be done with this quest as well. And that is the witch's house complete. The next quest on the list is the Knight's Sword, which we have already completed, so we can move on from that one to the Tourist Trap. Okie dokie. So this one looks like it's going to be in the Desert Al-Kharid kind of area. So what we're going to go ahead and do is head to the GE and make sure that we have all of this stuff that we need to complete the quest. I'm going to just get rid of a couple of these sharks too, because we're going to need some water skins, which we didn't bring. So I'm going to go ahead and buy 1, 2, 3 water skins. I don't know how many we're going to need, but hopefully that is plenty. And now let's go ahead and start up this quest. Alright, perfect. Quest started. So let's head in the direction of the arrow on the map here and see if we can find where we need to go. Looks like we're heading to the desert mining camp, and we're going to get attacked, but we got to kill the guy. So let's head in that direction. Okay, so we're going to talk with this mercenary captain here, and he is presumably going to attack us, and we will be able to dispatch that problem quite quickly. All right, here we go into the fight. He's only a level 47, so I think we got him easy. Let's hit him with the special attack. 16. Could be worse. And then we hit an 18 with our regular attack right after. That's fun. He is done, and he drops a metal key, which we have now added into our inventory. Excellent. Go ahead and open up the gate and head in this direction. It sounds like perhaps... Oh, we've been captured. I guess we're super strong. And escape out the window. Climb up the rocks and climb down the other side here. Okay, now it says I have to unequip all of my combat gear, which is unfortunate because I'm going to need a lot of inventory space in order to do that. So I'm going to have to take off all of my armor and eat all of my precious sharks. Alright, let's try this again. Enter through the gate. Okay, I guess I'm going to fight this guy again so that I can have another key, I guess, is what we're going to do. Maybe if we kill him again, he'll drop another key so that we can get back in. Okay, that time he goes down, and we now have the key again. So let's take all of our gear off again and see if we can get inside of the gate this time and not get captured. Okay, we got to talk to this guy over here. All right, so now the slave gave us his gross clothes, and we're going to put them on and enter the mine door, which I assume is where we're going to need this pickaxe they told me to bring. Okay, now chit chat with this guard here. Okay, it looks like I don't actually have to do anything in here. I can just leave now, so maybe I don't need the pickaxe. And perhaps I'm now leaving this area and heading to somewhere else, it looks like. Great, I've been captured again. Luckily, we've already escaped once, so we've got the route laid out pretty good here. Alright, so we've entered this new area, this camp area. We're going to talk to this guy in here. And we're going to put back on our combat gear and head back to the camp that we were just at, I believe. So let's head in that direction. I feel like they're making us do a lot of back and forth on this quest. Oh no, it says unequip all combat gear. Okay, so let's make sure that we're not wearing any of our combat gear before we go in. Whew. That would have been unfortunate. Okay, we're in. And I gotta head up this ladder, search the bookcase, and talk to this guy about sailing. Let's take a look at the chest here, see what we got. Man, I need to pick up so many things that I just don't have inventory space for. And now we gotta return all the way back to that other camp again. So we'll catch up with you after that nice brisk walk through the desert. All right, now I gotta head over to this anvil over here to go ahead and create this experimental dart, and then it looks like this is going to be pretty much the end of the quest. Okay, so we have made the dart and we have added some feathers to it, so now it looks like we've got our prototype dart, which we can then bring back to the prince guy here, or the king, or whatever he is. Uh-oh. Looks like we actually need the slave robes again. So in order to get the slave robes, now we're going to have to go all the way back to the Shantae Pass, and we're going to have to go get another set of desert robes so that we can trade another set of desert robes to the slave that's in there so that he gives us his slave robes. Now, luckily, according to the steps over here, it looks like I'm not going to need to have any more combat gear, so I am just going to drop my combat gear in the bank and hope that I don't need it again, which will give us plenty of inventory space for anything that we might need to pick up. So I'm going to drop this off, and then we're going to head back in to the camp and hopefully finish up this quest in the next couple of minutes here. Uh-oh. I just accidentally bought 5 sets of boots, which I do not need. Back through the pass we go, and then all the way back to the bandit camp again. Okay, gonna talk to the slave here again and trade clothes with him once more. Got the slave clothes, now we can head back down into the mining camp here, and even deeper into the cave. Looks like we gotta go search this barrel here now. And let's jump in this minecart, huh? Going for a little ride. Apparently I'm gonna stick Anna into this barrel, and then shove her back into the minecart. Alright, gonna send her up to the surface here, and pull her up to the surface. Alright, looks like we're gonna stick Anna's bucket on this cart here. Alright, and we are out of the camp. So it looks like now we need to bring Irina to the south of the Shantae Pass. Okay, so we're heading back up towards the Shantae Pass now. Bring her back to Irina here. And we get a chit-chat with Irina to go ahead and finish up the quest. Let's see. You know what I think I'm going to do is agility. Alright, and that is that quest completed. Alrighty, folks, and thank you for watching. This has been Mr. R. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing more RuneScape videos in the future. We've got 65 out of 321 quest points, 34 quests completed, a lot more left to do. So stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and keep working on towards that questscape. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.